All right, good Friday morning. I'm Melissa Forman filling in for Jean Sparrow. And up next on You and Me this morning, we are joined by our very special guest. Judge Glenda Hatchett's live in our studio. We're going to talk to her. Plus, cha-ching, we're helping you save money while you go out to eat. There's a combo we can all get excited about. And it's an interesting twist on recycling. Find out how you can bring home some of the beauty of downtown to spruce up your yard. Also this morning, our fashionista is finding out if rompers are hot or not. You decide. Glad you're here with us. You and Me this morning starts right now. All right, let's start with a look at your weather forecast. It's going to be mostly cloudy today. My hair needs some help because it's humid. Yours might too. A high near 80. There's a chance of rain this afternoon and tonight. The low will be 64. Tomorrow there's a 40% chance of rain, so it will be cloudy all day. The high near 79. Look at those cute little weather boots. Love those. All right, checking the news to talk about in the Chicago Sun-Times. Jury selection picks up again later today in the Rod Blagojevich trial. The former governor and his wife showed up at the courthouse together yesterday, and Patty Blagojevich took time to defend her husband when talking to the media. Both Rod Blagojevich and his brother Robert are facing corruption charges. The trial is expected to last several months. And McDonald's customers may want to do a quick check of your cabinets this morning. The chain is voluntarily recalling 12 million glasses featuring Shrek characters. I have to run home and check mine. A toxic metal found in the designs on the glasses can cause kidney problems and soften bones if they're used over a long period of time. And it's home sweet home for a local high school student injured by a hit-and-run driver. Sarah Goon's parents post updates on her condition online. They say she's come a long way since the crash last month and is at home now, but still has problems with her memory and thought process. A fellow student at New Trier High School is accused of hitting her and driving off. And Blackhawk fans are hoping this weekend gets off to a good start with a win tonight, please, in Philly. My husband's from Philly, so it's bad. All right, the Hawks are up 2-1, and that means they're just 2 wins away from bringing a Stanley Cup back to Chicago where it belongs. Regardless of what happens tonight, they'll be back at the United Center on Sunday, so let's go Hawks. And we're covering the stories you'll be talking about and need to know to start your day. Coming up at 7, it's a waiting game to see if something may finally be going right in the Gulf of Mexico. What's happening with BP's latest try to stop the oil spill, and an emotional moment from Chicago's leader, why Mayor Daley was choked up on camera. And you see her every day here on WCIU The U. This morning, Judge Glenda Hatchett is spending some time with us here on You and Me this morning, and we're really happy to have you.
I am so thrilled to be here, Melissa.
It's like a big star.
You.
I have to ask you, when everybody sees you, are they asking you right away to make decisions on marital problems, on everything in their lives?
Grocery store, airport, down the street, Judge, fix it, fix it.
I can imagine. You're working on something very special. You're actually talking about child abuse cases, and you're working on something very special. Can you tell me about that?
Yes, I am very proud to be the national spokesperson for CASA, Court-Appointed Special Advocates. We're all across the country, volunteer-based, and I'm here in Chicago really to bring attention to what is a crisis. 6,500 children right here in Chicago are in foster care. And when you look across the country, we're talking about more than 800,000 children. And so we need volunteers, not necessarily to be foster parents or to adopt children, although that would be wonderful, but to really be that extra person in their lives, to be an anchor, to be an advocate for them, and to really help them. We know that kids who have CASA volunteers aren't in foster care as long, and they're more likely to find a permanent placement, which is what we want.
Tell me how the economy has impacted child abuse cases. It's horrible, right?
Melissa, we are seeing such a spike in the number of kids coming into foster care, children who would never be in care. Traditionally, you think of kids being neglected or abused or abandoned, but these are children whose parents have lost their jobs, home has been foreclosed on, they've been living in their car, and now the car is repossessed, and now they're having to come into care just because the parents can't afford to raise them or feed them or clothe them, and that's so tragic. So we're seeing a real spike in numbers, which is exasperating our already very difficult situation.
What could we do if we're watching, just the average person, if we can't foster a child? You mentioned that. What can we do? What can we do to help this?
If you can't be a foster parent, then the thing that we are asking for CASA is that you would call the local CASA office right here in Chicago, call the information, or go to the website, nationalcasa.org. nationalcasa.org, and volunteer. We'll train you. You don't have to have a special skill set. We need people who care and you can make a difference in a child's life.
You're incredibly inspiring. You have a book that's already out. I watched your video on our website yesterday, and people say to you, you know what, Judge Hatchett, you changed my life, because you're not easy on them. You really put it out there. You say, this is what we need to do, and I think it shocks people. You have another book that's inspiring that's also coming out?
Yes, it's coming out in September 20th, and it's called Dare to Take Charge. Live your life on purpose. And it really is a compilation of stories from my courtroom, some of my own stories, but the whole idea is for people to be empowered and to get their lives on track, and that's what we want.
You were named one of the, I think it was like 100 brightest and best of America. Well, if you weren't an attorney or a judge, what would you have gone into? What would you have been?
Well, it's interesting. When I was a kid, I thought I was going to be an aeronautical engineer. I thought I would go and work for the space. I mean, talk about a radical difference from what I'm doing now. I was a science geek as a kid. Yeah, I love math. I love science. But this is where I'm supposed to be, Melissa. And I was a corporate attorney. I never thought I would be a judge. And this is where I'm supposed to be, because I believe that kids are our future and we have to do everything to protect them, which is why I'm so proud to be working and advocating for CASA.
Well, you are amazing on behalf of everyone, and of course of the youth. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Keep up the great work. It really, truly is an honor. I know Jean will be upset that she wasn't able to meet you.
Yes, tell her I said.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, and it's Friday. That means it's time to let loose. Even the judge will let loose, right?
Yes.
Yeah, right. Go out and enjoy yourself tonight. But before you make your plans, we have some ideas on how you can make it more affordable. And rompers, believe it or not, are making a comeback, but really, should they? We're having the debate with our fashionista at 6:15. But first, we shine the spotlight on our WCIU Cirque Dream Illuminations Contest winner. See her dream become a reality in 3 minutes. Don't go anywhere. It is 6:09, 65 degrees, and all May long, WCIU and Cirque Dream Illumination gave you a chance to be a star. And out of all the auditions that were sent to WCIU.com, one lucky winner was chosen to take the stage with this truly unique show. Now, you met that winner, Taronia Rice, right here on You and Me this morning, and last night at the Bank of America Theater, Taronia took her spot on stage. All right, gorgeous, talented, and she looks like she fits right in. It's perfect. All right, our weather should be nice for your morning commute, but that's going to change later. I'll have your forecast in 3 minutes. Now, when a fashion trend takes off, everybody wants to weigh in. This morning, we're talking about rompers. You know, those little one-piece jumpsuit type things that look like something you wore as a kid. Well, our fashionista Aaliyah hit the streets to see if they're hot or not. All right, I'm dying, Aaliyah. Almost, we do have our fashion expert, Aaliyah. She's here, and I almost bought one of these, but it was the long one.
Yes, the jumpsuits, the rompers and jumpsuits. They're all a part of the same family.
I actually have to admit that the lady brought it out. She's like, no, just try it. And it actually is not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
You know, when you look at it, it's confusing because you need that separation usually. It's not the typical jeans and T-shirt.
Right.
So it's one piece. It does remind you of something that a toddler will wear.
Right.
But it's all over the runway. Let's look at this first picture.
Okay, let's see. You have to tell.
All over.
Okay, but
Spring, summer 2010 collections, Givenchy, DKNY, they're all over the place.
Okay, see now that body's hot. The whole thing looks hot. Should you have a certain body type?
You're right, Melissa.
Okay.
It is a very particular body type that goes with this skinny, slim. You know, and I like all body types. I'm all about curves and everything, but this is a look where you would require more of a slimmer, sleeker silhouette.
Yeah, because the last thing you need is, so when are you due?
So when are you due, girl?
We've all been, well, no, you haven't been through it. After you have some kids, you've been through them. Right. Okay, so let's see.
Do your kids have any rompers?
You know, now that I think about it, no, but I'll have to run out and get them. Okay, we have another one?
The next look, we're seeing celebrities wearing these. Yeah. Nicole Richie, yes. And, you know, as you can see, she has on very simple accessories, just a waist belt, some heels, so you don't need to go overboard.
Okay, how about next time when I'm filling in for Jean, you and I both sport our
rompers?
Yeah, because where's yours? I thought you'd be wearing one at least.
No, I wouldn't wear one, but I have seen a lot of ladies on the street on Michigan Avenue having a good time shopping, and they look really cute. So the key today is to keep it simple, don't do too much with the hair and accessories, and just have fun with it if you're going to rock one.
Okay, romp it. Romp your romper. Okay, I love you, Aaliyah.
Hey,
okay, perfect. High five, sister. Okay, the weekend is almost here, and if you've been itching to get out and see a new part of the Chicago area in your romper, our Allie Bachler has you covered. She goes all over the place, the city, the suburbs, you name it, to see what makes each place unique and fun. Let's see where she is on the block today. All right, love Allie. And how tall is that guy? Like 10 feet? I've never seen her hold a microphone that high. All right, and maybe you are craving one of those sandwiches now. It's always a good time for a sandwich. But when money is tight, we tend to cut out eating out. And we have some ways to help you save at restaurants in less than 3 minutes.